content.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about several things. I'm helping out my good friend Marvin set up his podcast. He's finally deciding to record his podcast, so I'm going to help him out. I'm going to be showing him some of the equipment that he needs, but I guess at the same time I kind of wanted to do a video showcasing one of my favorite pieces of equipment that I've recently purchased a couple years ago, and how it definitely changed my life for the better.
So this is it. This is the Ozark Trails cart wagon thing. I pretty much put everything in this thing. One of the coolest things that I've recently discovered is that it can go through sand. It can pretty much go through any type of terrain. These wheels are huge. Another cool thing that I recently learned was the handle. It could extend far out. I mean, you can pull it and lock it, so to make sure that it's nice and secure. It really is extremely useful. I kind of see why people have carts now. Especially as a content creator, I can lug tons of equipment in here. It has tons of pockets. I can put my headphones, my podcasting equipment, zip ties, extra adapters and accessories. It is just extremely useful.
Okay, so I'm helping out my good friend Marvin today set up his podcast, and it's gonna be really fun. He has a dope place. I just want to help him set it up. For those of you who don't know, I'm a photographer, right? I'm a podcaster. I love photography. I love all those cool things. But what I really want to do, interior design, I love all that stuff. Building rooms and coming up with ideas. If I can do that all day, I'll do it all day. So right now I'm going to be helping Marvin set up his podcast setup in his loft. So it's going to be real fun. I'm finally here at Marvin Benamy's studio, and we're setting up his podcast setup. That's right, setting up Marvin's podcast. So stay tuned. I'm going to be using the Rodecaster Pro, the Rode Pod mic. It's going to be dope. Stay tuned.
So the podcast went extremely well. The only issue that came about was the space was so big, like it's an actual loft, that sound just kept bouncing everywhere. So next time we'll probably record in a better sound treated room. But all in all, the podcast was great. Love having conversations with actual friends.
Hey y'all, so I just made it back home and the podcast sounds great. You just don't understand how amazing it was to finally have done a podcast with Marvin. I've been trying to get him to do a podcast for years, and I finally got to sit down with him and pod it out. Finally was able to sit down and do a podcast with him. So it's gonna be really dope to see how this evolves and how he continues this, because this is gonna be great. All right, y'all, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.